Hey everybody, Micah from blackbearcustomkydex. I have a very quick video, I promise. I know that's a rare thing, but I promise it'll be quick, for a sheath that I just made for the ESEE Junglas. This is one of my all-time favorite large knives. It's definitely my top few favorite ESEEs as well. If you guys haven't already checked out the Junglas, you need to. This thing is just, I don't think you're going to find a better chopper for the price. And of course, ESEE's unbelievable warranty is just going to sweeten the deal. So, huge fan of this thing. So this one's going to Vincenzo, and he asked me if I could build him a chest harness setup. So what you're looking at here is just a very simple sheath. There's no other carry setup. There are no extra attachments. It's just the sheath with a chest harness on it. This chest harness that you're about to see is a design that I worked on with Jacob Peterson over at Beach and Tactical, and so he is just a master of working with webbing. He does the best slings in the world, in my opinion, the best chest harness setup in the world. These are just super easy, super versatile, and so basically what he does is he does the buckles, the hardware, and the webbing itself. He makes these individual arms and sends them to me, and then I put them together with a Kydex D-ring, Kydex and a D-ring to mount to your sheath, and then I combine all the straps together with an O-ring, a welded metal O-ring in the back. So this allows it to be free-floating, so that whatever the size, the angle, the shape, whatever your body is like, this is going to work with it. This is also a very generous amount of webbing on here, so you can increase or decrease the size of your harness depending on what your body needs, and depending on the angle that you're going to wear it out of, the position on your chest or back. You might need to reconfigure where you have the D-ring attached and how tight each length of the harness is. So I will give you the forewarning. If you do need to change anything, it does take a few minutes to switch and find new things, adjust things as you go, and that part of it can seem a little bit frustrating and tedious at first, but I promise you it's really well worth it because the straps are going to stay put where they are. It's very easy to use this, and like I said, it's extremely versatile. So real quick, I am currently leaving the excess hanging off this. So Vincenzo or anybody else that's going to buy one of these, what you're going to want to do, once you've figured out where you want the length to be, let's just pretend it's where it needs to be, what you're going to want to do is take this loose end, double it back over the buckle, and go under the far side. So I would skip the first side, obviously, because you'd be unthreading it. You're just going to go down through that, and if there's space, if there's still excess, that's why I kind of have these spread out, and you'll want to go down through the next one as well. And so roughly it'll have it tied off, and this will be your excess instead of a foot of webbing there. So it is a tight fit, but that's by design. It's because these will lock your straps in place, and Jacob has designed it and used this specific hardware so that if you do that, you literally cannot move the webbing unless you unthread it through the tri-glide. That's what this is called, the tri-glide buckle. So, all right, that said, how you're going to want to put this on, if you're going to be wearing it in the typical chest orientation, is with the tip up and the handle down on your dominant side. So I'm a righty, Vincenzo I believe is a righty, so this is the orientation of the setup. You're going to want to leave the two straps that are at the tip of the knife, just leave them connected and slip your arm through them, like so. You'll have enough dangling behind you that you should be able to reach it, and you just pull that buckle around, and it's self-explanatory. You just click that buckle into place. Now because of this, you can adjust the length of the shorter ends that are connected to the sheath. I would recommend leaving them short because that's going to give you better access to the buckle. If anything, lengthen the opposite side because you want to be able to maneuver, click your thing in, unclick it comfortably, all that. So this is the typical orientation when you carry a knife on your chest. You don't have to carry it like this. This is just how I like it. It's what most guys opt for. And that's it right there. So personally, You've probably heard me say it. I really like chest carry and I really like baldric carry. Those are my two favorite carries for larger systems, larger knives, I should say. Baldric is my all-time favorite carry for a large or heavy setup because it just bears the weight easily. You can rotate the sling around and have the knife on your back very comfortably, and when you need it, just kind of shirk it around and draw. Chest carry, I don't think I'd want quite as big or heavy a setup, and this is about the biggest knife that I could personally rock on my chest. If you're going to do a chest carry, you really want to consider the length of the knife, because at a certain point you have to accept that the handle is going to be getting in the way of your dominant arm as you're trying to do things, and you can maneuver it and try to, you know, have it sit closer to like that with this up, but then you're dealing with shoulder what's the word I'm looking for? Inhibiting your shoulder from moving naturally. So you're going to have to compromise somewhere if you've got a knife that is bigger than your torso. So I just actually had a conversation with a guy who opted for actually a Junglas sheath that's going to be a baldric setup instead of a chest carry, because he says he's not all that broad, and I had mentioned this whole idea. So in any event, just something to consider. You might want to think about that. But all right, that's all I got for you. I promised it would be short. We're already at 6.5 minutes. So guys, tell me what you think of the ESEE Junglas. Tell me what you think of chest carry in general. And do you think you could rock a Junglas on your chest? What's the biggest knife you could carry across your chest like this? And yeah, just give me your thoughts on chest carry in general. All right, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and stick around for the next one. God bless.